Our goal at the beginning of the process is to produce a high quality piece of journalism that engages people and that people want to connect with. All of our pieces start with a very considered nugget of an idea. It has to have a hook to it, and that's typically how a journalist will start. It's looking for the hook, the idea that we think is compelling enough to create a visualization around. We then look for the data to support that idea or not. You know, it may be maybe there isn't, maybe that data doesn't exist. But that journalistic hook is at the heart of everything that we do, and so journalism is the start point really, and then we are using design and editorial skills to support that idea.
One of the earliest stages in the process is choosing the best graphical form or device for the presentation of the data. With hundreds of possible alternatives, it can be a challenging task. Each device has its advantages and disadvantages.
For instance, bar charts work really, really well because the human eye is particularly good at picking up differences between rectilinear shapes. So the differences in height between bar charts, between the different segments of a bar chart, are really easy for your eye to pick up. So therefore you can pick up that message really, really simply and quickly. Whereas if you were sitting there comparing numbers with each other, it's a much more demanding process. Our process begins with this initial concept at the heart of the piece. We always write a thorough concept first that consists of pretty much a headline and a stand first that describes the idea very quickly and thoroughly to people. So we're pretty sure there's a hook in that and people can understand it quickly. From there, we start to move into research, looking for the data that might support that idea.
We use a variety of tools in the design process. We find the sketching to be really important. We start all projects by doing basic sketching, and it helps as a memory tool in that we can sometimes be flooded with ideas when we start a project, and it's important to get them down so we don't miss anything. And it's also very important to have this record, a visual record of what we've done, because we can sometimes go down a wrong path. We have to back up a little bit, and we've got other options ready to go. From then on, we'll move to the schematic stage, and that will be using digital mock-ups to make a one-to-one representation, usually in black and white. And so we'll strip out any of the visual styling, so not to confuse anything, and purely think of it as in a structural manner and how things are positioned on the page and how they interact with each other. From then on, we will start to introduce the aesthetics. So we'll think about colour palettes, and we'll think about typography and how the whole visual tone of the piece fits with the actual content, so it's a combined piece of work.
Ultimately, the completed visualizations still have to compete for attention in a crowded, multimedia marketplace, with an audience being deluged with information presented via text, photos, audio and video. So, what is it that makes data visualization really stand out?
We see visualization emerging as just another way of telling a story, but the way in which it tells it is that it has a way of shortcutting messages to a more primal part of your brain, if you like. So when your brain recognises colours and shapes and patterns more easily, more quickly than if you have to read something or add up numbers. And that's what we rely on with visualization. It is shortcutting messages into the brain.